So what happens when you take this guy and combine him with this guy? Well, this happens. Pizza Tower is an amazing 2D platforming game that mixes the Wario Land and Sonic franchises while somehow being its own thing. The story is nice, absurd, and brief. Peppino Spaghetti must stop Pizza Face from blowing up his pizzeria. To do this, he must rise to the top of the tower by selling pizza toppings that he collects in levels. Peppino is awesome to control. His moveset is simple yet effective. He has a jump, crouch, crawl, body slam, and uppercut, a grab. It really is simple stuff. The most used move, the continuous dash, is why the game is so much fun. When he gets to enough speed, he will demolish most enemies and metal blocks in his path. If the player jumps into a wall while they are dashing, they can either climb the wall or get a wall jump off of it. If the player hits up with the D-pad while Peppino is sprinting, he can do a super jump. It can be a bit finicky at first, but eventually, I got the hang of it. Peppino also comes equipped with a taunt. If he does one right before a projectile hits him, he will be able to shoot it back at the enemy. This can also be used on the wandering enemies to avoid damage as well. Once the player gets a high enough combo, they can do a super taunt which will clear all enemies on the screen. Peppino also has several transformations that he can abuse to get to the end of the level. One will even become a knight, which will let him do a double jump, slide down slopes to destroy metal blocks, and do a sword ground pound. The Ghost transformation will allow Peppino to float around the stage. I don't want to spoil too much here, so I'll stop there, but all transformations can also be used to kill these stupid rats that are littered around the stage. Each level will have 5 toppings that are stuck in cages, 3 circuit eyes which will hold platforming challenges, and Jerome the janitor, who will open a door containing a treasure. There are also several enemies that Peppino can kill, which will raise his combo. Other collectibles, such as smaller pizza toppings, will make the combo linger, but not increase it. When Peppino gets to the end of a level, he will see a giant pillar named Pillar John. After knocking him down, it's pizza time, baby. Pizza time is the best thing about this game, full stop. The player will have to run back to the beginning of the level in a certain time frame. The level layout will technically stay the same, but the path will be different because impassable blocks will appear that will change where Peppino can go. If the player gets to the end but has enough time left, they can attempt a second lap for more points. When the timer runs out, Pizza Face will chase after the player. If he catches them, then the player will lose. The player will get a letter rank from D to S depending on how they did. D rank is awful, C rank is bad, B rank is okay, A rank is nice, and S rank is perfect. However, there is an additional rank that be given out, and this is when Pizza Tower is at its most exciting, also its most nerve-wracking. That rank is P rank. In order to get a P rank, the player has to get enough points to meet S rank, do a second lap, start a combo at the beginning of the stage and not lose it for the duration of the entire stage, get all the 5 toppings, do all 3 secret eye challenges, as well as get the tower secret treasure, which means that the player also needs to find the janitor. It sounds like a lot. And that's because it is. I kid you not, it took me a good few hours just to P-rank the first floor of the tower. I'm finally starting to P-rank the second floor. But that's the fun of it. Breaking it down and doing it methodically is just crazy fun, given how fast Peppino can go. On top of this, he also is great to control and has a few advanced techniques which can be used to make him go even faster. The skill ceiling is so high in Pizza Tower, and it's incredible watching speedrunners play the game. My heart was pounding every time I get a P-rank. The levels are just so tightly designed and well crafted around Peppino's moveset. At the same time though, it can also be a great casual experience. Simply dipping into levels to find all the toppings or getting the achievements and not going for P-rank at all is still fun in its own right. Sometimes before I go for a P-rank level, I'll scout out the level and take it slow. I'll make sure all toppings and secrets are accounted for, what dangerous enemies there are, and I'll even get second lap runs in. This game is a great case of easy to learn, hard to master. When I originally played the game, I simply planned on just getting to the end. It took me roughly 5.5 hours and I enjoyed every second of it. Easily worth $20. The boss fights slap hard too. I know the rule of thumb. Most platforming games have lackluster bosses. To unlock a boss, Peppino will have to get enough money from rescuing toppings to buy a door. The first boss is against Pepperman, and it's a standard no-nonsense first boss. The second boss fight is against the Vigilante, and he'll have Peppino wield a gun. After draining the boss's health, the player will have to fight a faster version of it, similar to repeating the platforming levels. I won't spoil further because the 4th and 5th bosses in particular are nuts. Like with the regular levels, boss levels will give Peppino a letter grade. This time it will be based on how many hits he takes. The soundtrack is an absolute banger. I personally didn't find a single track that I disliked. The winner of the show was easily Pizza Time. It gets me pumped up every single time I hear it. Everything is just so good, man. The pause music is such a banger. The hub world's music changes when Peppino gets higher in the tower, and it's all so good. And all the levels and bosses have great music too. You can buy the OST on Steam for $10, and you bet your ass I did. The art style is also sick as hell. It has a disgusting and gritty feel to it that I'm just on board with. I love how expressive Peppino and his enemies are. I love when he's going max speed of the enemies in front of them, they just disarm themselves in disbelief. I love how there's a TV at the top right of the screen that changes based on Peppino's mood and transformation. As a side note too, I appreciate how he doesn't die in platforming levels. He'll have health in boss levels, but not platforming ones. The game will let the player know how much they suck if they hit Peppino enough times, but there's no health to speak of. It lets the player scout out levels easier and makes pizza time less stressful than it has to be. And if you're a hardcore player, this still won't really matter to you, as a lot of the time a single hit will end your P rank combo anyway. It significantly cuts down on your time to continue the combo, so you'll have to be very quick on your feet to recover. So that is Pizza Tower. For now, at least. Due to the game being new, and a lot of the later stuff in the game being absolutely mind-blowing, I don't want to whole hog the video and spoil the game for others. I usually do longer reviews for games, but I like to keep this one short and sweet, like Pizza Tower itself. I'm thinking about going back 100%ing it eventually, but there are games coming out that I want to play. It seems like a time-consuming process. I'll get around to it eventually and make a longer video. Just know that Pizza Tower is incredibly fun, and there is a reason why this game is being talked about a lot online. A strong 6 out of 7 for me, but I wouldn't be surprised if it inches a 7 out of 7 by the time I'm done with it. Buy this game, damn it!